Hey guys, so one of the things I do is I planted a rosemary and I dug it out before the frost because it doesn't survive, and I put it in a pot. I trimmed it down bushy, and as you can see there's a lot of new growth. I don't put any fertilizer, I just kind of keep it in the winter, rotate it so it stays pointing straight, a little bit harder sometimes. And then I have medicinal aloe vera here. That one has a pup in it. The one in the white container is that gray one's pup.
Hey guys, so I've started my seeds and nothing has sprouted yet. I had to put clear wrap on them just because I don't have domes and I don't have the money. Remember, we're gardening poor. Now, I have these, if I can get them down from here, these AeroGardens, and you're like, but lady, you told me we're gardening poor. Well, we are. I could not afford these. My mother got one of these for me. I think it was 3 years ago. She got it, and my mother is a fad buyer. I don't know if you have anyone like that. So she got bored of her AeroGarden, and she gave them to me. And they are very expensive online. So I got these for free 3 years ago. But anyway, I was thinking that I would use these. They have different toppers. This one is three holes, and then the other one is let's see here. The other one is it's called the seed starting one for hydroponics. So what I was thinking I would do is I would start cilantro, a couple of seeds in each of these, because if you've ever grown cilantro, you know you need a lot of cilantro to make it worth it. And then I have some shallow containers that I would transplant them in, and then I put them on the top here for natural light or over there in front of my other window that I have, just so they could keep going. And then I would shut this one off. But this one I was thinking could be for lettuce. And yes, I do have the other 3 hole topper somewhere. I can't find it, and I'm not going to spend more money on it. What I did spend money on was getting the grow pots. But I have had great success growing tomatoes through this. I've had very healthy plants because it's hydroponic. So I did spend money on fertilizer. The liquid fertilizer I got is $11.99. However, I can use it for both hydroponics and for this, and it was an 8-ounce bottle that I can water it down in. So I'm going to try to run with that liquid fertilizer and see if I can make it stretch for all my flower and veggie plants. Now I am excited for the celery and the peppers mostly. Last year I grew celery. It was my first time growing it from seed, and it worked, and I cannot believe it. It was thrilling. I have tried growing it before and never had succession of that. I can grow Lisianthus actually with no special growing equipment. I didn't even have this when I started my Lisianthus seeds. And first time grower, and I had 75% germination rate. Oftentimes the easiest plants are not the easiest for me to grow. But anyway, so this whole system, not including the arrows because they were free, so I'm just gonna talk about the system that I bought here. This was $50 worth. This was me saving for a while. I got the shelf over a year ago. The lights are brand new and these trays are brand new. They've already cracked, but I don't care. I'm going to keep using them. My whole intention is to try to garden poor. I don't have a lot of money with this paying of debt. At the same time, with my boys, eating is supplying the needs for the family is tough. At the same time, I really want to grow flowers. I really want to do it, and I hope you follow along on this journey. My yard is literally the size of my mobile home. So my mobile home is 16 feet wide by 30 feet long, and that is literally the size of my yard. In my community, I can only garden behind my shed and behind my home. And I measured it. It is 9 feet of space. So it's 9 feet wide by 24 feet long. That is it. And out of those 24 feet, there is a 5 foot space that I cannot grow any veggies in. So I am going to try to grow for a family for as much as I can. And that's the goal. So the goal is to start onions, celery. The onions, I'm not sure where I'm going to put them in the garden. They're heavy feeders, and I need to be resourceful with what I have. I can't just plant something and not do it. So we're going to see if I can get away with hiding them in flowers and see if we can grow them that way. And then I also have some flowers. I winter sowed and they're outside, and I'm so excited. I have some sweet peas chilling in the fridge. So I put some sweet pea plants outside for winter sowing just to see how they do, along with my hollyhocks and snapdragons. I need to go through my flowers because I think I have a couple more that need to be outside winter sowing. But I've got sweet peas, and once I'm going to leave them in the fridge for like a week. I know. Cold stratification. And then I'm going to put them in the empty cells that I just have soil here in this, and then we'll see. So I'm trying to start a flower farm. My goal is to hopefully grow enough flowers to do some bouquets a couple of times at a farmer's market, local, pop up and see how well they sell. Remember, this is year one. I am trying to see where in our debt-free journey I can apply for an EIN and pay for an LLC, and when we do that, we'll go on this together. So this is just the poor man's veggie garden. I cannot expand on this setup at all this year, even though I need to grow all of our family's plants and needs. But I thought that's perfect because that is so many of us this year just needing to work within our means. This is my office, and my rocking chair, printer's right here, and I have all my work set up behind me. I am very grateful, and I hope that you follow along, and let's do it together. There is freedom in growing your own food, and I grow mine economically. I can't do a whole lot of fertilizing. I can't afford all that. So I thought I'd bring you along to see what it's like as a poor grower trying to sustain her family on food. Anyway, drop any comments below if you yourself have done some poor setups. This is the fanciest I've ever gotten, and I can't go more than this probably for a couple of years. But drop your hints and comments what you'd like to see planted. I am in Nebraska. We're zone 5. No, I'm a Midwesterner. Where I'm out, the winds are whipping pretty hard, 50-mile-per-hour winds. So what I plant has to survive. And behind my house is not sheltered at all. There's like the little alley between all the mobile homes, and the wind whips right through there, and my plants survive. There are some like fails and things. I am learning what works, what doesn't work. I have blossom and rot pretty bad in my tomatoes, so I'm thinking I'm going to move them, or I just need to treat the ground. I don't know. That's something to deal with, but I don't have a lot of money to be able to treat it, so we'll figure it out. That's all we can do. Let me know if you are growing in the Midwest too, dealing with the cold. It felt so good. It feels so good to smell wet soil. It's therapeutic to me. It's cathartic. It's a journey. My grandfather was a farmer. He had 16 children that he fed with his beef. He grew the beef not to sell. He strictly grew it to feed. He had 10 boys, 6 girls. My dad's family grew up in a third world country. I grew up for a time in a third world country, so growing things, preserving, it was more a way of life. I think the U.S. is pretty great in terms of convenience for stores and things. We're just getting to the point now where we need to be a little bit more resilient, where I feel a little better. I'm not into the whole organic, non-organic hype. It's more I can't afford what is in the stores now. And there's a lot of food allergies. There's dairy and soy allergy my kids were born with. It's not a fat allergy. I have it too. On my side of the family, many infant deaths can be traced to that. We genetically carry it. It is lethal. Anaphylaxis reactions. So we have to buy more specialized products, which, as you know, the more specialized, the more expensive it gets. But if I can grow more, some of the more basic products, veggies and things that do cost a lot, and get that off, it will help us offset the other things. But anyway, that's our journey, and I hope you follow. This is January, about the second week of January, so I am hoping the next time that I film that there will be some baby seedlings that we can all ooh and ah over.